is a skill. It's not a gift. If you wish to draw something you can see, you simply have to ask yourself 3 questions. Where do I place the mark? What shape is the mark I want to make? And how hard should I press on? If I knock it over and we've got the wine all over the table, how are you going to set about drawing it like that? So the first thing I'm going to be looking for is the center line of the cylinder. That's what you're basing it on always. So the center line is this line here. To you it's probably something like that, this line of the stem. I've got to work out the angle, so it's out there somewhere. I'm going to be doing this and working out the angle. Which, as I said, we'll show you that later, how to do all that. Now, if I make a line like that, that is the center line. So the axis is at right angles to that. It is literally a cross on there. We've got to look at this angle here is a perfect cross, 90 degrees on there. So that is the axis of the ellipse. If we go down the center line, we can find another axis there for the foot of the wine glass across in that direction. Now an interesting point comes in here, that if the wine glass is in this direction, it is true to say that this is marginally smaller than this because it's further away. So there are lines of perspective introduced here, and they can be described by saying, if I put a mark there to make the top of the wine glass, and I measure it and then go to here and make it very slightly smaller, just there, that's a little smaller than this. We're only talking about that much, 1/8 of an inch, because it's just a fraction. If I put a guideline in like that now, there, and we do the same on the other side. Now, you can be really accurate with this just by measuring like that, taking it to there, put a mark, and that's the opposite side. Do the same again on this side, measure this one like that, and move it across like that. And there we have equal on both sides. Again, if I put the ellipse there, that distance equals that distance. Make sure they're the same. You could measure them if you want to, or do it by eye. See how confident you are. Put a curve on there and a curve on there. And then you're going to join up with a nice curve there and a good curve. Like that. Now, put the bowl in the same way. There's a good point here. When you're making a curve, try to think of it like this. You don't wander off into the wilderness, right? Know where you're going to go to. You notice how I did that? I put in, say this is the end of the ellipse. I put in a mark like that, and then I looked to where I was going and I put a mark in at that end, so that when I made the mark, I was actually travelling to a destination. It works, believe me. It's much better to do that than it is to just set off from here and wander off into the wilderness and hope you hit the right spot. And there's the wine all over the table.